Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. This time around I've got another match review for you. This time of the 8th round of the Match Cup at my local match. Without further ado, let's start by having a look at my prep for stage 1. This time around the club added a twist to how they arranged their matches, putting the long course in the first stage. There were 2 poppers that had to be shot from within Area A, as well as 3 targets. My plan was to shoot 1 popper, then the 3 targets on the right, then fell the last popper, and moving on to Area B and the rest of the targets. Now let's have a look at my run.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you're finished.
I immediately engaged the paper targets, thus going off script regarding the big popper. On the second round of the little popper, you can clearly hear a ping as I hit something metal. I suspect that that was the big popper and that I was shooting low. At any rate, having to return to Area A cost me a bit of time, but it did save me a procedural penalty. In Area B, I should have gone right instead of left. That would have let me use my limited magazine capacity of 10 rounds to far greater effect, particularly on that final array. Beyond that, I am fairly happy with my performance on this stage. Next, let's have a look at my stage plan for stage 2. This one is about as simple as it gets. Move right, engage the 2 targets, reload on the way to the opening in the middle, engage 4 targets, reload on the way to the last hatch, and engage the last 2 targets. Now, let's have a look at my run.
Are you ready? Stand by. It's finished. Unload and show clear.
There isn't all that much to comment on here. I executed according to plan, and I was rewarded with decent effect on target. The only thing that annoys me is the fact that I hit a no-shoot. Other than that, I'm happy. Let's move on to my stage plan for stage 3. Again, another simple plan. Move left, engage, move right, engage, then engage 1 target on the way to the fault line, and then swap a mag. From there, I would take out poppers and targets before moving left to engage the final arrays of paper targets. Now, let's have a look at how my run went.
Cut. Are you ready? Stand by.
All in all, not a bad execution. I successfully engaged the first 5 targets, then have a bit of a problem with the reload on the way to the fault line. Once that had been achieved, I engaged the poppers and the target that was framed by no-shoots in a slow and methodical manner, which netted me 0 no-shoots. Due to an error in my stage planning, I overlooked the target on the left. I move left, engage the targets on the right, remember the target on the left, and go back to shoot that. That error easily cost me at least 2 seconds of shooting time. And yet I was able to nab a division win here. Very happy about that. Stage 4 was a variant of El Presidente, and though I didn't do all that well, I executed according to a very simple plan, so I'm not going to go through that. Instead, let's move on to my stage plan for Stage 5. Stage 5 was backward in every way imaginable, including the fact that you started at the end of the stage and moved backwards. Again, I made as simple a plan as possible, starting with the 2 targets in the front, moving back and engaging targets on my right, then my left, before reloading on my way to the next array. Engage targets on my right and left again, then reload on my way to the next target on my right, before moving down to the final target. Let's have a look at my run.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you're finished, unload and show clear.
This was quite clearly the quickest stage for my part, and I had a lot of fun running it. More importantly though is that I executed my plan as planned, without any hiccups or major mistakes compared to the plan. My time was decent enough, and I got good hits on my targets. Alright guys, that's it this time around. This was a very fun match, and one which added a few wrinkles which were unusual for this location, and which really forced me to think about how I planned my stage execution. Could I have done better? Sure, no doubt about it. I'm not going to mope about that, however, because I'm happy about how I did. Until the next time, keep plinking.